Good afternoon, Jog Fathers and fellow teachers of Great Britain. I'm super excited today to be doing a little vlog on World Book Day, which is coming up tomorrow, the 5th of March. Yay! I don't know about you, but I love any opportunity to get my head stuck in a book, whether it's a novel, or whether it's a business book or a personal self-development book. And I really think you can gauge the success of some schools by looking at how much reading goes on in that school. Some of the better schools that I go into, as a supply teacher, I see the kids getting their books out at the start of every lesson, and they're not just staring at a blank page or have their book out in front of them, but they're actually reading it. They're actually engaged in reading the book, and some of them are reluctant to put them down when it's time to start work, and I think that is absolutely fantastic. And I think that teachers should be modelling that behaviour. We should be seen to be reading and reading lots of books. And I think it's good for kids to see that. That's what we do, that to be successful, to be professional, to get ahead in life, you need to be reading, and that is the reality. Now, I want to talk to you about one of my most favourite books of all time, and it's one that I read not long ago, this year, for the first time. You might have heard of it, and it's called The Slight Edge by a guy called Jeff Olson. I absolutely adore this book. It's a book that everyone anywhere in the world should read, okay, because the message that the book gives and delivers, they speak to anybody, whether you're building a business, whether you want to get better at teaching, whether you're going to aspire to be head of department, whether you're looking to reduce your workload, develop yourself spiritually, professionally, lose weight. And it's a book that is well read in the property investment community, which I'm a part of. But there's actually quite a lot of lessons for teachers here as well that we can take away. And that is kind of what I want to talk about. So it's Jeff Olson, it's The Slight Edge. And the book, in a nutshell, is about small actions compounded every day over time, small actions that on the face value might not amount to much, don't seem to be making that much difference, but over time they're compounded, and over time these small actions, these good habits, these successful habits can completely change and transform your life, just like I'm trying to do here with my little vlog, trying to give little snippets of information, trying to give teachers little tips here and there, share a resource here and there that individually might not do much, but overall might really help someone to develop as a teacher, or help a department to do things more efficiently. And so the Slight Edge philosophy, if you like, is about persevering, why we should be persevering with things. If you don't persevere with anything, you'll never be successful. You'll never get the results that you want, or the results for your kids, the GCSE results that you want for your classes. And so when you're working day in, day out in schools, when you think, what am I doing? I'm not making a difference. The results are poor, they're not improving as much as I want, I'm still working too hard. I want you to be thinking everything that you do makes a difference. Small things that you do, the small interactions that you have with students every day, they're making a difference. Those kids are remembering those things that you do for them. You might not feel like it at the time. Maybe there's a kid there that you don't think you're getting through to, and maybe you're a bit disappointed when they graduate under their target. But don't oversee the importance that you're having in their life. I got a card, in fact I got 2 cards a couple of years ago from students who I thought, not really sure if I've helped these people, these young people. They were quite difficult, they were quite disengaged at times, and it wasn't until I read the card that they left me when they left year 11, and they thanked me for my input, that I actually realised the impact that I was having in their life, and that they were grateful that I taught them and that they would remember me, and that made me feel so amazingly good. So you need to have this slight edge mentality. Keep doing what you're doing day in, day out. It's making a difference. When I published my first book, Time Smart Teaching, I borrowed Jeff Olson's idea of a philosophy shift, okay, in my book. I realised that as a profession, we needed to stop working ourselves to death. Stop having this professional martyr syndrome where it's all a competition of how hard we can work and how burnt out we can get. And so I borrowed his idea of a philosophy shift, and made my book about the time smart teaching philosophy. And my book is really about lots of small things, lots of small tools that you can put into place, lots of small changes and tweaks in the way you design assessments, that you set and mark homework, about conversations that you have with your line manager, about how you can say no to things without feeling like you're being unprofessional, or that you're not doing your job properly. And my book is full of all these little things that if you take on board and you do together, is going to have this compound effect on your life where you're going to have such a better work-life balance. And it's all these little things that I have learned little by little in increments over the last 10 years of teaching. So I really recommend everybody, teachers and non-teachers, remembers the compound effect of the actions you do every day in schools. I really hope you go and get your hands on a copy of Jeff Olson's book, The Slight Edge. You will not regret reading that at all. And it would be great if you could also go and get your hands on my book, Time Smart Teaching, and I'll put the links for those two books in the description for the video and in the comments section as well. Let me know, what book has changed your life? What book are you reading at the moment? What can we learn from it? Don't forget, share the joy of reading, and what you do makes a difference, teachers. So keep going. Bye for now, and enjoy World Book Day when it comes round.